Hey everybody, I just wanted to come on here and share a video. Hopefully it won't be too long, but I do need to tell you a story. And what's been going on with us recently. Have some exciting news to share, but first I need to kind of go back to explain what got us to today. Now, many of you know, of course, that we moved from Youngstown, Ohio. And when we did that, we were living in Youngstown and we knew we were moving here, but we didn't really know where would be the best place to move. We looked at Celebration, south of Disney. We looked at a couple of spots and we ended up getting sight unseen where we are right now, here in a little community called Horizon West. Well, we didn't know. We were kind of hoping and kind of looking and saying, I think it's close to Disney. Looks like it's going to be good. I mean, the pictures look nice of the place, but all in all, you never really know until you get there what it's like. Well, it turned out to be perfect. These last 3.5 years, we've been renting. The rent hasn't gone up too much. It has gone up a little. It's very expensive rent. And so we've been living here. Nice place. It's 2 miles as the crow flies to Cinderella Castle to the east of us. And then it takes me 10 minutes to get to work. So if you know, we actually have cast members coming over often twice a week, and we have meals and conversations, and then we also do individual meetings with people all the time. And most of that is happening right here. So it's perfect that it's only 10 minutes away. We can have people coming, over really easily right after work or on their way or whatever else. Behind me is a bunch of different cast members, some of the faces that we've known over the years that we could name and go over all their stories. But of course, as you can probably guess, we don't want to rent forever. That's kind of one of those things where, once you can buy a house, you should, because you can invest in a house. And whereas renting, you're kind of, just giving money endlessly and never know when that rent's going to go up. So we knew we wanted to rent, and Chris's kind of goal was, okay, let's try to get serious about buying this year in 2025. So January, we started looking. Actually, that month, February, we were looking. And we started looking, first of all, we looked in this area because we said, man, this is perfect placement. This is amazing. But as soon as we started looking, we kind of confirmed right away what we already had guessed, and that is this area is just too expensive. Unfortunately, it's astronomical prices and everything. So we said, you know what? It's just not going to work out. And so we started looking at other areas to the south of Disney and Davenport. We started looking in Claremont. And at first, it seemed really good. It was affordable housing. It was also not too far. It was like 25 minutes. We said, okay, that's doable. But then we learned that during the rush hour time, it can be up to an hour-long drive. And for me, if I was working, hey, that's not great, but it's fine. I could deal with that. That's fine. But as far as people coming over, well, rush hour is the time when they're going to be coming over because that's dinner time. So we thought, well, that's not going to work. We can't hope that people will keep coming over an hour drive every week. So we said, well, we're just going to keep on looking around. We're going to pray about it and just really believe that, kind of like when we moved down, that, we believed God had a place for us that was going to be perfect, and it was this to rent. In the same way, we go, well, there must be something going on that we don't know about that, God wants us to own. If he wants us to own a home, then, he must have the perfect place picked out that's going to work out in all these ways. So anyways, that's kind of the backstory that you may or may not have known. And then the good news is that I have to share is that today we just got back from signing, actually, for a house. We bought a house. So it's really exciting, and I'm sure your, of course, number one question now is, okay, well, how far is it? Did you end up having to make the hour drive type thing? Well, I thought instead of just telling you that information, it would be better to just show you. So I hope you're ready to settle in for a longer video, but why don't you come along with me? I'm going to flip this camera around. We're going to go out the front door, and you can join me as we go see the house. All right, so let's head out. It is a little rainy. It's always weird here in Florida. It's pouring, but then there's also some sun. So here's our house right now, right? Okay. And we're going to go down to the house that we're buying. It's going to take a while here. And here it is. So there's where we're living right now. Here's where we're going to move. And it's pouring rain, so I stopped the video for a minute and I came back on my current porch to tell you the rest of the story, and that is we have these amazing neighbors next door, Mike and Christy, and they've been real good friends since we moved in, but soon after we moved in, they learned about what we do with cast members, their kids. Their son was a cast member, their daughter's a current cast member, so we continue to connect with them over the years and just have a really good friendship with them. And so a few months ago, they said, hey, we're actually building a home, further down in Horizon West, and want to know, would you be willing to buy our place? And so he said, well, yeah, we would love to, but this area is too expensive. And basically what they did is they essentially discounted their home. They could have sold it for more to somebody else, but they decided to sell it to us for a price that we would be able to afford, because they know what we're doing, they know our family, and in this amazing way, they've already been supporters of our ministry and our good friends, but they decided to support us in this other, even bigger way and different way than before. And so we're just so thankful for them, and really, ultimately, we're so thankful to God, because we would have never known about this if we just said, well, we got to settle for Davenport and just bought a house an hour away. We would have never known about it if we wouldn't have taken that time to pray. And for me, things like this, these stories where our initial dream was, what if we could just live in the same place we've been living? I mean, that would be perfect. We already know the space works. We already know everything works out. And we thought, but of course it can't, right? And the thing is, that's exactly what we're getting. We're getting next door, which is the mirror image of our current home. Everything we already know is going to work. We know the distance is going to work. This is evidence of Jesus. It doesn't always have to be, someone saw Jesus' face on a piece of toast or something. This is, and I don't even think that's real evidence of Jesus anyways, but anyway, this is evidence of Jesus. This kind of stuff, that Jesus is coming in and he has this plan, and now we can impact more lives and continue to settle in to this area in Horizon West, 2 miles from Cinderella Castle. Thank you all who are supporting and who are praying for us and who are a part of our journey here. And we hope to see you real soon.